My name is Zoe. Today I am going to be reviewing the Tactacam 6.0. It is Tactacam's newest point of view video camera to film your hunts. They are hands down my favorite camera so far. I've used the Tactacam 5.0, the Solo, and I've used ShotCam, and compared to all of the others, I love the 6.0. There is great features on the 6.0 and a lot of fun things that we can do with it. I highly recommend it. I've been asked many questions. A lot of people have asked me to do an honest review of the 6.0 on my Go Wild and Guide Fitters accounts. So I figured I'd jump on here today and give you guys a little go around on the 6.0, tell you some cool features, and just kind of go over my honest review of the 6.0. So right off the bat, I definitely recommend getting the 6.0 and just playing around with it before you take it out hunting. Get to know the camera, and this is with any camera, but get to know your camera before you take it out into the woods. Also, getting a good SD card is highly important for all Tactacam video cameras. I preferably use the SanDisk Extreme Pro or the Tactacam brand. The 6.0 can use a 64 gig all the way to 128 micro SD card. So it needs to be a SanDisk Extreme Pro or the Tactacam. It needs to be a Class 10 U3 SD card as well. So getting right into it, I love how the LCD screen is on the camera. It just makes it really nice, really good quality, and it just is nice to be able to turn on your camera and see exactly where your camera's filming as well. You don't have to guess at where you're shooting, anything like that. It's just nice to be able to see exactly what's going on the screen. So as soon as you turn on the 6.0, you just press and hold down. The screen lights up and it immediately starts filming. This is super nice because you don't have to sit there and press buttons or guess, see if anything's gonna go on. It just automatically starts playing, and that is a super nice feature. I have taken mine out quite a few times already, so I have my camera set to blackout mode. I also have it without the vibration on. So it's super easy to go over settings in the app as well, but I highly suggest turning vibrations off on your 6.0. That is one mistake that I did learn the hard way, so if there's anything you take away from this video, it's to buy the 6.0 for sure, and then to also turn off your vibration. So whenever you first turn on the 6.0, it'll start to vibrate, and it'll vibrate twice to let you know it's on and recording. I like it, it's nice and it's reassuring, but for hunting purposes, for me, I just get a little paranoid that it's gonna scare the deer away, and we don't want that. So I would go into your settings after you connect to the Tacticam Connect app and turn that setting off. So to get the video to stop playing, you just simply press on the screen. It'll ask you to stop recording and you say yes. Everything is really nice on the touch screen itself. To put it into Wi-Fi mode to connect to the Tacticam Connect app, you pull down on the screen and it'll pop up here, and you hit the Wi-Fi function. This connects your phone and the camera together to connect to the Tacticam Connect app. The Connect app is super user-friendly. Highly suggest going with Tacticam for this reason as well, because their apps and everything is really easy to use and very user-friendly. It is step-by-step instructions, very detailed, has pictures, everything to display exactly the steps that you're wanting to use. That is another reason why I really like this Tactacam, because it's really easy to use. There's no questions. If you are wondering about anything like that, there's a lot of good tutorial videos linked to the Tacticam Connect app as well. But I definitely love this camera. I've used it quite a bit already this year. Then to power off, you just hold the power button. So going over some features of your 6.0, there is really good image stabilization in the camera itself. So no matter which way you turn it, if it's upside down, to the side, whichever, it does stabilize your image, and it's not going to be really shaky, anything like that as well. I have put this, I use it a lot on my bow, and I have shot target practice, and I'll link the video of me shooting my bow with the 6.0 on in the comments as well. But I really like the image stabilization, because when you're shooting, it really captures it, and it's a really clear, really good quality picture as well. I was hunting with the 5.0 as well for a while until they did come out with our 6.0. Love the 5.0 as well. If you guys like this video, I can definitely do a review of the 5.0 as well. But the 6.0 really stepped it up when it came to picture quality. It does have 3 different settings. So there's a green standard mode, so blue, and that's going to be your 8K zoom. There's also a light blue, and that's going to be slow-mo. The slow-mo is really cool if you have lighted knocks, and you can film in that, and it just really shows, like, it's a good one for target practice, and you have a lighted knock on. You can see where your arrow's going, and that part is a really cool feature as well. There are quite a few new mounts for the 6.0 as well. A cool thing about the 6.0 mounts are they are universal. So I have a couple of them here. I have the clamp mount. This is just a general mount. It can go onto pretty much anything, and it is super nice. I also have an underscope mount. I like this one a lot for my AR and for shooting, things like that. That one's a lot of fun, and it goes on well for there. I also, as I said before, I use the 6.0 a lot for my bow. So this is what it looks like on here. So it's gonna replace your stabilizer. I get a lot of questions about how I feel about the stabilizer, and to be completely honest, I was really worried about it at first, because I'm always just, a little weird when it comes to like fine tuning my bow and, making sure I'm shooting right and having, extra weight or whatnot. It didn't make any difference. I honestly now prefer shooting with my stabilizer mount on than I did my standard diamond stabilizer. So I just unscrewed it and screwed on the stabilizer mount, and it was great. Really like it. The camera fits really nice inside of this mount. So I just slide it in, and it firmly locks in here. The main thing with this one is there are 2 foam pieces that come with the stabilizer mount. One in the front and one in the back. I took the one in the back out for this mount, but I kept the one in the front in. And for me, that was just personal preference. That's just what I liked, how it fit my, my bow, my shooting, everything. For me, I felt that worked best. But please make sure you keep a foam piece inside of your mount. Otherwise, it's gonna make a little bit too much noise, and it's not gonna have enough security, and that foam piece really helps soak up that vibration. I don't notice a lot of noise shooting this. I'll link it in my video below, and you can hear the sounds, things like that. It is really not loud at all. I think they did a great job with soaking the vibrations through the foam padding and the security of the mount. I mean, there's no wiggle room, anything like that with this mount. It is really nice. Definitely recommend this one. I love shooting it. I think it gets a really good video. The main thing that I had to work on myself is whenever you pull back, you want to make sure you're still holding back after you shoot and keeping your bow out. That way you keep getting video. My first time shooting with it and practicing, I would just drop my bow as soon as I would be done shooting. And this caused it to not get the greatest of videos. I didn't get exactly what I wanted. So for me, I just had to remind myself and tell myself that I need to keep my arm up and my bow up and follow through with the shot and just keep it up a little bit longer, and it made for a cooler video. But also personal preference. So definitely recommend these mounts. They are great. They also are universal. So the Tactacam 6.0 mount this is the one that you will need for the 6.0, but they also come with these foam pieces in the mount itself. These foam pieces, don't throw them away, keep them, they are important. You can put them inside of the mount and you can put your 5.0 solo extreme into these mounts as well, and it'll fix that. You can use them both, and it's universal. So you can use your 5.0, anything like that, in these 6.0 mounts with the foam pieces or these rubber pieces added in, which is another good feature. The 6.0 itself is a really good size camera. It holds really well. Down. It's a good size camera. It's not too big, not too small. I like the size of it. I also at first was like weird about the shape of it being rectangle. It was just like different getting used to this one from the 5.0 and the sleeker design on that one. But I actually have really grown to like this. It does have a rubber coating on the outside of the 6.0 itself as well. And that helps if you've dropped it or, you know, just all around durability. This one is really nice because that rubber coating on the outside really helps protect and absorb any shock from dropping it, or just, we're hunters, so things happen and you kind of throw things around, and you know, you try to be as gentle as possible, but we all know they get dropped, things like that happen. So we do know that, and there is a rubber coating on the 6.0 itself, and that helps quite a bit. Another feature that I wanted to go over in the 6.0 is the hunting or loop mode. This feature, now that I understand it and I know how to use it, is really, really nice, and I really like it. I have it turned on all the time now for my hunting trips. It is now waterfowl season, and I love to waterfowl hunt, so this is a really fun feature for that as well. So you're gonna turn your Tactacam on. You'll slide the screen down and hit the Wi-Fi button. This way you can connect to the Tacticam Connect app. Once connected, you're gonna go into your settings, and you're going to scroll down to the hunting loop mode. This one you'll turn on. In the on position, you'll be able to turn on your recording, so have it go into recording. So say I'm in the woods and I'm bow hunting and I hear a deer walking in. So I'll go ahead and I'll immediately turn on my Tactacam 6.0. Just turn it on and it automatically starts recording. Say, you know, no deer is perfect, no hunt is gonna be perfect, and you're not gonna, you know, stand up, get ready, and shoot your big buck right away. I mean, it takes some time. So say you're standing, you're ready, you're knocked on, and it takes about 10-15 minutes for your deer to get in the position, in a good, comfortable position for you to shoot, but you still have your Tactacam on, because it's, I mean, in all honesty, you're not going to have a perfect shot and then remember to turn your Tactacam on. I mean, that just doesn't happen. So you'll leave it running as soon as you hear the deer walking in. Whenever you pull back and you shoot the deer, tap the screen on your Tactacam 6.0 and it's gonna drop a flag on that video. That flag, once you connect back to the Tactacam Connect app after your hunt, you can go back in and it'll flag that spot in the video where you shot. So when you're editing or looking back at the video, you can see, okay, I turned my video on here, and it'll throw a flag in wherever you touch the screen. So say you had the deer come in, it took about 10-15 minutes of setup, and now you're able to take the shot. You took the shot. When you're going back and reviewing this video, you can go exactly to that red flag on the screen and edit out the first part of the video of watching the deer walk in, or, you know, doing whatever you want editing wise. But it's a really, really nice feature. Makes it really nice for hunting. You don't have to sit there and scroll and scroll and scroll through videos of 30 minutes or more of, you know, trying to find something. It's a nice feature for waterfowl hunting. Anytime you get a good volley of birds in, you can just tap the screen, and anytime you take a shot, you can just tap the screen, it'll drop a flag, and it makes for fun video editing, things like that as well when you're waterfowl hunting. I've also taken it out bow fishing with me. I love to bow fish, but we all know that you're not always gonna have fish with you right away. So I just leave it going for a while, and then as soon as I take a shot, I just press the screen and drop a flag, and that makes it really nice to go back and edit and know exactly where I took a shot and you know, editing purposes or just going back to rewatch the video or showing anybody. It just makes it a nice feature. Charge it. This is also the charging port here. That is, whenever you charge any of your point of view cameras, you're gonna plug it into the charger, into an outlet, and you're gonna want your camera to stand vertical. Don't lay it down on its side because it's not gonna get the greatest connection when you're charging. So keep your camera vertical when you're charging, and it'll charge for a few hours and then the light will turn off, and that's how you know it's done charging, and it'll be a full charge. So to put the cap back on, I just slide it on and then turn it into the lock mode. Make sure it's locked and it's got a good fit, because this does help keep water out of your camera. It does help just keep moisture out, things like that. So make sure it does have a secure lock on the bottom as well, and you do turn it all. Overall, I don't have enough good things to say about the Tactacam 6.0. I seriously love it. I think it's really easy to use. It makes hunting fun. I love having it on my bow or my gun and just knowing that like it's just a really cool feature to be able to like film your hunt and be able to go back and watch it, or show your friends, show family, anybody like that you're filming your hunt, watching, you know, everything that goes on in your hunt. It's a really cool feature, cool videos. The quality is amazing. I mean, the videos that you can take on this and just rewatching them is really clear, really great video. Overall, I love the 6.0. I recommend this one to absolutely anybody. I don't have enough good things to say about it. I really like it. Hands down, the best one on the market right now is our Tactacam 6.0. I've used quite a few other cameras. I love all Tactacam products, but if I had to pick one of our point of view cameras to use over and over and over again, I would by far use the 6.0. I absolutely love it. And I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on a 6.0 as well.